New content alert. Hello, I'm Justin, Valorant's #1 fan, and we have some new content on Valorant, finally releasing the new agent kind of out of nowhere, and it is Deadlock, a brand new Sentinel, and we're going to talk about some other new things coming in the next episode as well. So like the video, and let's get right into it.
Blocking movement. Sound sensor up. Throwing net.
Shot dart.
Going B. Got you.
Enemy spot. Defuse the spike.
Pull them to their grave. No escape. And stay down.
That was the gameplay reveal trailer for Deadlock. You can go and check it out on the Play Valorant YouTube channel. However, I have a list of all of the abilities, and we're going to go through all of them, and I'm going to let you guys know what they all do. We're going to start with, in my opinion, one of the most crazy abilities in the game, and that is Barrier Mesh. Equip a Barrier Mesh disc. Fire to throw forward. Upon landing, the disc generates barriers from the origin point that block character movement. Now, this tweet doesn't specifically say too much about it because we don't know if you can break the barrier yet, how long it lasts, and things like that. But this is an item in the game that can block movement, a lot like Sage's Wall. On the screen here, you can see it being tested, being thrown out of chamber, and from this video that I've seen, apparently that projectiles can go through it, so that's kind of weird. But again, I don't know if you can actually break this or not, or how long it lasts. Something interesting to note as well is that it's created in an X shape, so that way you could really cut off certain angles and choke points to get through. This seems like a much better version of Sage's Wall, and Sage's Wall is already one of the best abilities in the entire game. This definitely has a lot of play potential. Next up is Sonic Sensor. Equip a Sonic Sensor, fire to deploy. The sensor monitors an area for enemies making sounds. It concusses that area if footsteps, weapon fire, or significant noises are detected. This is an interesting ability because it is the entire first of its kind, something that has to do entirely with sound in the game. The explanation itself seems pretty straightforward. There's a radius. If you walk through it, you're fine. If you crouch through it, you're fine. If you fire your gun while standing still in it, you're not fine. If you sprint through it, you're not fine. Here's a demonstration on screen. Interesting to note is that you can stick it to a wall, so I wonder if you could also stick this to just any surface like Cypher's traps. You can see that chamber goes through it, and then he gets stunned because he made noise. I imagine that you'll be able to shoot these traps and destroy them. How much health it has, nobody knows just yet. But again, it is an interesting take on a Sentinel character in Valorant where it's something that has to deal with noise, and again, it's like, you know, there's all sorts of things that you have to run into or be spotted by. With this, it has to hear you. And I'm really getting aggressive Sentinel vibes from Deadlock currently. How this will affect every other Sentinel, I have no idea. Up next, we have gravnet. Equip a gravnet grenade, fire to throw, or alt fire to lob the grenade underhand. The gravnet detonates upon landing, forcing an enemy caught in it to crouch or move slowly. Very strange stuff. So simply put, this is just a projectile that you throw at somebody like a Molotov almost, but when they get hit by it, it makes them crouch walk, and it's very strange. It's an odd take on a projectile in this game. Very odd. I could see this being kind of weak in higher play, like pro play and higher ranks and stuff like that, but in lower ranks, it's probably going to go really crazy because people are aiming for the body anyways, so they're going to be headshotting people accidentally, kind of intentionally now at this point because of this ability. As well, do leave a comment down below about everything we've talked about so far, and let me know what you're thinking about it, because this is all new to me as well. I'm just a fan like all of you guys are. This is really crazy stuff to see. And lastly, we have Deadlock's ultimate ability, and that is Annihilation. No tweet for this one with an explanation, but it is just something that traps you in a cocoon, and you're not able to destroy it, and you have to hope that your teammates destroy it for you, because there's nothing that you can do. And if you get to the end of the rope, so to speak, then you get destroyed. You get annihilated. You're no longer in the game. Again, there's not too much known about this entirely at all just yet, but I don't know if this can capture more than one person at once, or what the limit is on it and stuff like that. But this kind of seems like a weak ultimate ability. I'm sure that once it hits live servers, we're going to have varying different opinions on this from what we're saying now. But just on paper, it doesn't really seem that good when somebody else can easily just destroy it. A closing thought that I have on this is just that I don't know exactly how this works, and if you do your ultimate as Deadlock to somebody, maybe to somebody who is close to you, I wonder if it'll pull that person a shorter distance, eliminating them easier. But yeah, this has been Deadlock. Let me know how you guys are feeling about this brand new character. I really like how they look just off an aesthetic standpoint. Voice acting seems pretty solid as always. Really love this character a lot, and I'm excited to see what it does for the game. I say this every time something new comes out into the game, and that's that Every time you add in a new character or you buff or nerf a character already in the game, it changes every other character in the game. So we're going to see how this affects everything else negatively or positively. And hopefully you want to find a good balance of both, because changing the meta is not necessarily a bad thing. But when something like Chamber gets added to the game and the entire game gets played around a character like that, it ruins the fun. I don't think that this character will be like that, but only time will tell once this hits the ranked servers. But again, as always, I am Justin and you're not. Like the video if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and click the bell for notifications so you don't miss a video ever. Again, leave some comments about Deadlock. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next one.
Cultivate, let that word go resonate. Dominate your mind. If you need me, I can demonstrate. Synthesize the rhythm and forget about your mistakes. Let it go, let it go. Cultivate, let that word go resonate. Dominate your mind. If you need me, I can demonstrate. Synthesize the rhythm and forget about your mistakes. Let it go, let it go.